Ooh, it's heavy. Oh, I got ahead of myself. We're going to cut a hole in this sucker and start working on the floor. All right, guys, you saw last time we were framing this up. Well, we had to go get more lumber. It took a little bit of time, but we got these. Got these brackets, and it's the Outdoor Accents little pack. We got the washers, which are actually also the nuts that look like the end of the nut. It's more of a aesthetic thing, but it does fit in this little circle right here. And we're gonna use these to brace all that up there to make this even stronger before we start going up. Not only are these gonna make it look better, it's gonna make it so much stronger. It's super thick metal, looks awesome. It's gonna give it that decorative look, and then when we stain, we can stain around it, be fine. And then this gives it the look of huge bolts, when in reality we don't need them because we have those other screws. So it's gonna look really, really cool and give it the look we want, but mainly the strength is what we're going for. This is where it gets real interesting. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm a little weak, I'm a little tired, and Danielle is at work. So I gotta start going up 100% by myself. What could go wrong? You guys saw in the last episode I almost fell. Hey, fingers crossed, things go well. Not terrible. before I climb up there, I got my phone. I'm gonna put it down here by the grain bin in case I fall. I could call for help. Oh, it's heavy. Oh man, I messed up and cut the wrong. I forgot to add the front part that hangs over. Now I get to take it down and redo it, which is probably harder than putting it up there. Oh. Oh, I got ahead of myself. I wrote down 110 because that's from the back to the front, and I forgot to add the little bit that hangs over. The worst part is I don't have another post, and that was about $45 wasted. It's either I gotta cut it off where they don't stick over, or I gotta go buy a new one. This freaking sucks and puts me way behind. All right, after sitting there for a little while looking at it, I am not gonna waste time. I'm not going to lose money. We're gonna fix this, and I think I have an idea. Oh, I am so pumped seeing that. Even with that little hiccup, I got it. It's hooked on really great. It's really strong. And there's actually not going to be a whole lot of weight on that anyway. So the joint's fine. But now we can start working on the pitch and doing all that after I take a break. But so far, being safe. Guys, it is hot. It's so brutal, but seeing all of that framed up, that's a huge score. I'm gonna stop for the day. Danielle's at work, but she'll be coming out, and I'm gonna show her what this looks like, grab a few more brackets, get a few more things that we need. But holy cow, just having a huge deck and porch like that for a front door, you talk about a statement piece. All right, guys, next day. Danielle's back. So we spent a little time, your mom's in town, so we spent a little time with her yesterday, but now we're back out here. We have some more questions to ask. First off, what do you think?
It looks so good.
Big enough, small enough, need to go bigger?
Just right.
Start over?
No.
So you guys already saw that. What are some of our questions are, do we need to add more brackets? So in those spots, it'll help, but it'll also look good.
Yeah.
So it is a little pricey to buy these, but it's not terrible.
But if we do them all, is it too much?
Yeah, so that's one thing we don't want it to be, is too much, and then it's like gaudy.
Yeah.
We don't want that. And then it'll definitely secure it more. I think for sure that middle beam, we might throw it in there just because there's really not a lot of weight gonna be holding on it since it's the way it's built, but it will help. And then I had to hook on the beam. I was a little disappointed that I cut that beam wrong, but got it fixed.
Right.
So at this point, we still need to do this. So we still need to put lag bolts in here. Lucy, I just saw you, girl. Put lag bolts in here, get it done there on the back as well. But I know a lot of people are saying, how come we didn't secure it under here a little more? We should double up the plate, do all that stuff. We will, and then we're also gonna brace up on the bottom to go towards the deck. We're gonna brace it all up under here. But you guys said last time, this was such mixed feelings and stuff of the stairs here and the sides all together. Some people said we should just do round stairs. I don't know if y'all have ever built anything around with wood. It's a pain in the butt. But do we, at this point, just go ahead and try to finish the whole thing? Or do we go ahead and cut a hole in the for the doorway? This is what we're thinking. So we had people asking, why in the world did you start building this porch and do all this stuff? Why not just go ahead and build the inside? Well, I think the logical thing is, if you're gonna cut a hole in it, at least have it covered. Yeah. So before we cut the door and all of that stuff, we wanna build our porch. And I personally, this is just me, and I'm the one building, I think it's easier to build the porch and center the door rather than cut a hole for the door and then try to center the porch later. I thought that would be the better way because we could find the exact middle of the deck, all that stuff. So I think we're gonna have to order metal. Did we come up with the color for the roof?
We did.
I think we're gonna do
black.
We're gonna do black. We think because everything else is gonna have a black roof. I do think gray would match, and I do think doing galvanized and all that. But I think black will just be uniform.
Yeah, and kind of almost make it pop a little bit too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to order that. You have to special order it, so we'll have to wait on that. But we're also going to do what up here?
Tongue and groove.
We're going to do tongue and groove. So instead of putting it on the bottom, we're actually going to put it on the top, and then we'll put our purlins and all that stuff, and then metal roof. It may sound a little weird, maybe a little unorthodox, if that's the right word, of how to do things, but I think y'all know we do things a little differently. Yeah. And then we're going to cut a hole in this sucker and start working on the floor.
Yeah, so close.
Yes.
Finishing this, and then it's going in.
Yeah, so that's the main thing right now is we didn't want to cut a hole. We are out of the rainy season for the most part, but we do want that. And then also another thing, the people are asking questions, with this being covered and we have our saws out, we can actually work here in the shade, and it's blistering hot. Yeah. It is hardcore hot out here right now. So being able to go in and have your stuff here and work and have a surface go back and forth, that's why we wanted this deck. And then again, the main thing for us is build the deck and then do your door. I was literally just telling you this. A normal door height is about 80 inches, which is somewhere roughly in here. And up there, it's a little over 9 foot, so we have plenty of room. But a normal door, 32, 36 inches, you know, you're looking somewhere like that. Well, I was telling Danielle, I said, how cool would it be if we had big French doors on the front That way if you're in there, you can see out really well. And then also, you can open it up when it's nice weather. But the thing is, if you have big French doors, this is something you have to think about. It's rounded this whole way. So if we cut this out, or if we cut this out before putting the roof up, that water is going to hit and we have such a big opening, and then you have to build your wall here, which is going to be flat, so you're actually losing out, and then it like dips back in. So depending on what we're going to do, we don't know if we're going to do French doors or a big door with windows on the side. We're going to cut a hole in this sucker and start working on the floor. Perfect. That way you come up, you take all your stuff in, and then when we're working and all that. But I don't know, it just makes it a lot easier, I think, to go ahead and have the porch and then base your door off of that. I'm cool either way, but the bigger the better. But also it has to match the feng shui of the porch. So one thing I'm very, very glad about, I'm so glad we did 6x6 post. And we ended up, it was your idea actually, to do 4x6 on top, which made it manageable. It was gonna be pretty. I was
like, that is just too sketchy, too heavy to go even higher. With the 6x6, like, can we shrink it down? Yeah,
and it looks fine, it looks good. It actually gives it a little bit different characteristic. I almost thought at first, I was like, ooh, we might have to get an extra one and divide it, but I think it's plenty. It's under 5 foot, and then it's not gonna hurt at all, especially with the metal roof. We don't get much of a snow load, so a lot of weight won't be on there. And if we ever do get snow, you just knock it off. Oh, another thing people were saying, you're going to mess your deck up because all that water is going to hit and come straight down. We're going to put gutters, that'll be fine. And then the thing that everyone's thinking about, all the way around the whole bin, we have to figure something out. I don't know if we can make custom gutters to go around. That'd probably be insanely expensive. But we are going to seal up the bottom of the deck and all that. So you guys saw our vision for this. We try to tell y'all. I think now you can see it. And then now you guys know, once we get the metal on and stuff, we may even, depending how long it's going to take the metal, we might have to cut into it. But knowing that we can cover it pretty quick. But within the next couple of videos, we're probably going to be cutting this sucker open, starting figuring out how we're going to do the floor, doing all that stuff. And it's pretty wild to think. It took months and months and months of us looking at this sucker, and finally we're on it. And I feel like it's actually like truly rocking and rolling and going pretty well. So I am very, very happy, and I'm glad you were not here whenever I was up there. It wasn't bad, but you probably wouldn't have liked it. So as of right now, nothing else super sketchy, but we're going to have to take care of some animal stuff. We got all that. If you haven't checked out the Crocker Life, we're doing a bunch of stuff. We have the pool. We got to level that out because it's getting so hot. We need a place to cool off. And then we have been talking about the back deck and figuring out our hangout area. So it'll be fun. It'll be awesome. But we do have a lot of stuff outside of this build we have to do. So we will catch you guys in the next ones. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.